I didn't know you were coming over today. I'm gonna be on my way, don't worry. Me and your mom, things have been tense lately, so giving her space. Campaigning can be stressful. Wait, you and my mom are fighting? Hell must have frozen over. Never did I think I would see the day you both are so in love. Well, you know what your mom has a problem with? Being positive. She can be a very negative person at times, and when you're negative, you don't really have a lot of hope for the future, and that's kind of hard to work with. Especially when you're trying to get her to be governor. People aren't going to vote for someone who's negative. Wow. Hell must have frozen over a second time, because now you're even putting my mom down. Something's not working, huh? Something's cracking. I'm not putting her down. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't tell you anything that I wouldn't tell her, but honestly, the way you've treated me and the witch hunt you've put me under, I really don't owe you anything. I really shouldn't be saying anything to you. No disrespect, of course. I just don't think you and I have anything to speak about. Now, I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna cut to the chase. I have it on good authority that Salvatore once mentioned that he has a confession from you on tape. Well, somewhere on the internet now, in the cloud. How do you feel about that statement? I know you're gonna deny it, but what do you think when I say that? The witch hunt continues. You're an adult with a job and a life, yet you consume yourself with Hardy Boys, detective stories, and Scooby-Doo witch hunts. We're still on this. After everything I've done for you and your family, well, not you, but your mom. When am I gonna get a pass on all this stuff? From where I stand, it really seems like you're avoiding the question or you're deflecting. I'm just asking you a simple question. I'm not throwing out accusations or anything. Let me guess. You heard something from someone, and now you're gonna run with that piece of information and bring it to me, and you're gonna say it to me, and I'm gonna hear a confession on tape, and I'm gonna shiver, and you're gonna take it as, oh my God, he shivered at it, it must be true. You're hearing something from someone who's dead, and who was crazy, and who took your nephew's life. I wouldn't believe anything that man ever said. I think you're smarter than that, even though you didn't go to college, right? Well, in this day and age, I just want to remind you that if there's something on the internet, it will be found. My suggestion to you, Gabriella, is to go back to therapy. Because your ectopic pregnancy is still making you very, very delusional. Must have sucked to go through that, huh? Yeah, I'm not talking about that with you. No, let's talk about it. You want to keep talking about things that I don't want to talk about. Let's talk about the thing. Hold on. Let me check my pocket. No? Didn't have a trigger warning for you. Where's my trigger warning every time you bring up your fictional detective stories? Let's go down your rabbit hole. Let's now let me ask you questions about things that bother you. How did it feel to go through that? What are you feeling today? Did you feel alone when it happened? You have no idea what it's like to go through something like that, and you never will. So if you think that the words coming out of your mouth can affect me, I don't want to say you're stupid, but I think you know what I'm hinting at. Because anything you say, I've already thought it and felt it. You have no idea what it's like to actually feel thoughts like that. You can try to throw your words at me, but it's not gonna work. I said I was leaving, and now I'm going to leave. I don't need to rehash what happened, but you saw. After the little discussion, after he got a little agitated, he left. I walked him out. There was no physicality. He spent some time with Charlotte, but nothing bad really happened.
Yeah, I'm glad nothing happened. Great. No police were called, no welfare checks, no 24-hour paternity tests. That's a good day in my book. But it's still the uncertainty of what could have happened that really doesn't sit well with me with that. I'm at work on a business trip watching the cameras and I see Joey being let in by a security guard that's now unfortunately fired. And for a second I really freaked out because here I am trusting you, and I thought, oh, he's double crossing me and teaming with Joey to take Charlotte or something. I don't know. But I had to fire someone because of that incident.
I know. Believe me. When he showed up and spoke to security, all of that, I got a little worked up. I got a little worried. I thought old Joey was coming through. But what I think happened for him to come all the way down to Florida, I think he just got a little jealous. I think this whole situation is leaving everyone feeling a little conflicted. And I'm not putting you down, but I also feel like maybe you should be a little bit more, diplomatic with this Charlotte stuff, because it's affecting all of us.
Never did I ever think that I would see the day where you'd be hardcore defending Joey.
Well, I'm not only defending him because he's my new brother, but I'm defending him because he has actually changed. None of us are perfect. He had a moment of weakness, but you remember how old him used to just, there was no reasoning. He would go at 0 to 100 real quick. But this Joey, he talked himself down. And you can replay those cameras. He was a good dad to her in that living room. He played with her, he watched TV with her, he fed her snacks. He took a lot of time away from my babysitting. I'm not blowing smoke off your ass, you saw it.
Well, that's why I continued my business trip, because you're right. After his lapse of judgment, he was good with her. It's just I don't like that initial lapse of judgment.
I'm glad you saw that. We're all living for the first time. We're all trying to just navigate. I'm not perfect. I'm learning that my girlfriend's not perfect. Joey. And you. So maybe if we just accept that, we're not so hard on each other. You know, you could easily, right now, you could easily say Joey's never allowed to see Charlotte again. But what's that going to solve?
I can't argue with that. You're right. And as horrible as the whole incident was, and the uncertainty and the fear, it's nicer to have people to rely on and have like a sense of little community. But that uncertainty still brings me back to the old days. I don't like it.
So, as much as I like being in the same building as Charlotte, I'm going to be on my way. Gotta get back to Serafina town. Florida's not really Cassandra's cup of tea. I thank you for letting me babysit.
Brian?
Yeah. What's up?
Never mind. Thank you for babysitting.
Right.
Before we get to the next scene, we have some shameless promotions to do because we suck at pitching brands for brand deals. So, if you're watching this episode, you're probably watching it on YouTube because it's a 20-minute long video and those don't air on Facebook or TikTok. But you might have come from Facebook or TikTok and you may have noticed that on YouTube there are premiere dates for the episodes. Well, if you want to watch any of those episodes early, you can check those out at Patreon or become a member of this channel. Thanks for all your support. Now on to the next segment.
You know, it's probably been a year. Yeah, a year. About, it had to be. And I feel back. I feel happy. The way that I talked my brother down from a ledge, metaphorically, and I had a civil conversation with Miranda in the way that I was able to hang out with Charlotte and leave, not like beat myself up about it. I feel like I'm a whole person again.
I know you hear the words "that's awesome" probably on a daily basis from people nowadays, but that means a lot to me, and it is awesome to me because you know how we started this off. And in the span of less than a month, you've really made progress on like your whole identity, and it's just cool to see. I knew it was in you.
I know it's not healthy, but I feel like I owe it to you. I know from past experiences to not put myself in a place where a person is all my eggs in one basket, but you make me happy. You make me carefree. You remind me that life isn't so serious.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I think most successful couples are kind of like opposites in personality, and they kind of yin and yang complement one another. You know, opposites attract. I believe in that. And I think with you, I could be wrong, I think that you always looked for people who were like you. And I don't know. I'm no romance expert, but sometimes you just need something different.
You're right. I think a big problem I had in my past was expecting my behaviors out of people, and when I didn't get them, I would throw a hissy fit. All I want to do is go to concerts with you and go out to eat, just laugh. And I thank you for reminding me that part of life is that.
Here's the thing no one tells you about. All of life can be like that. You don't need, I know you were raised a certain way like I was, where we're told this is how you have to do it, and we kind of have these dreams in our head that are created by other people. But you don't need the same trajectory as everyone else. If you want to go to movies every weekend, you can go to a movie every weekend. If you want to go to a concert once a month or more, you can do that.
Just, I'm repulsed by drama at this point. I think to smooth things over with everyone, meaning you and Melissa, maybe we should go on a double date. Me, you, Joey, and Melissa. And put Miranda in the back of our head, put Charlotte in the back of our head, and just live life as adults.
I would like that. I don't have a problem with Melissa, contrary to what it may seem.
Neither do I. I've actually gotten to know her recently. She's good people. Don't take her that one comment or how she's was snippy with you personal. You all right? Back here in Serafina Town now. Dust has settled. You had some time to think. How you feeling? You okay?
I'm good. I've had better days. I mean, I booked a trip to Florida and spent more money than I should have on a whim because I was emotional. And I shouldn't have done it. I had a moment, a a very bad moment, and I hate it. I hate that that it happened. It made me feel like the old me for a second.
Alright, well, yeah. We all have moments, all of us. Anyone who says that they don't have moments, they're lying. We're not perfect. But, look, I've made peace with my situation with Charlotte. Can't change it. Cassandra, it's helped me greatly. But with you, I know Miranda's watching. I don't think that she asked you to babysit. I think she's testing as well. And if you want Charlotte in your life in the future at all, you can't show her signs of old Joey.
But that's the thing that I don't like, that makes me feel like I need to check into a place or something. Because I didn't need to be in Charlotte's life. I planted my flag on that mountain, saying like, yo, I'm not bothering with it. I would much rather just leave Miranda alone, and yet I'm so conflicted a lot of the time, you know? Like I said that I didn't want to be in her life, and there I was making a scene.
Okay. But then why did you show up, guns blazing, looking to make a point?
I don't know.
You feel guilty. You feel like it's easier to leave Miranda alone, but she's also your daughter, right? I felt that. You have to figure out how to deal with that without turning into a monster. I've been there.
You know what I know? I know that deeply I feel this and felt this. I wanted you to be the dad. When that paternity test, all that stuff, I wanted the results to be you. Because I knew that this was going to happen. It's very easy to say, well, I'm divorced from Miranda, she's not in my life, I don't need to care about my daughter in that way if Miranda doesn't even want me there. And it's easy to just say I'm going to cut it off and just live my life. But then you put your head on the pillow at night and you start to think about you have a daughter out there, and you're ignoring her. She's going to grow up and wonder about you, that's why I felt like maybe you could handle it better than me. Maybe not, but I knew I couldn't handle it.
I wanted to as well. You know how bad I wanted to be her dad. But life moves on. And Cassandra showed me that I can get over it. So can you. What I mean by that is, these are the cards you were dealt. You are her father. Miranda doesn't know whether or not she wants you in her life or not in her life. That's her problem. That's her problem. Don't let it affect you. If she says, come stock the Christmas stocking, do it if you want to. If you don't, say no. But don't get emotional. Don't let it change how you feel about yourself. Okay? I always let that happen to me. If we were arguing, I would beat myself up and I would change my perception of me. No. Don't let any outside forces change you.
Damn. You're a natural Tony Robbins. Say it with your chest, boy.
I know I sound like a motivational speaker. I'm sorry. But I've done so much work on myself. Just don't let Miranda's problems, they're hers. And I pray that they go away. I do. I hope she handles whatever she's going through. But you need to handle your life too. You have a girlfriend, and I wanted to talk to you about that. How about a double date? You, Melissa, me, Cass.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Anything that's not drama. I'm sorry about her snippiness, by the way.
It's alright. Cassandra didn't take it personally. She doesn't hold grudges against people. She's like water. Which we can all take a page from that book. But tensions were high. Everyone was a little on edge.
Because of me, right?
beating yourself up. You can't spiral into negative self-talk, okay? It happened, move on. Go back to tattooing. It's not the end of the world. You didn't hurt anyone. And I told Miranda and she saw it too. You were really good with Charlotte after that little episode.
I now care about Charlotte, you know. Before she was your daughter, she was just a baby. Not my baby. But then seeing her look at me, seeing a little bit of a resemblance, I care about her now. That's all you need to do. Don't touch the Miranda situation. Whatever she needs, be there for her. If she wants you to pay child support, just pay it. You know, you be the flexible one. But yeah, ask Melissa if she wants to do the double date.